Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now. This morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Waking up this morning, I was quite surprised. It felt like I was stepping into fall.
Right.
I was like, oh, I need a jacket.
Right.
Need a jacket in the studio too, but that's another point. Is this cool down going to continue? What do we have in store?
Yeah, it's going to kind of go from 78 to 80 to 81,
Okay, so not
possibly
bad.
as the week goes, and it's going to be really nice out there. We're also going to pick up more fog and low cloud activity as well, because we have some moisture in the atmosphere right now. So if you're heading on to work, you're going to be picking up some patchy to dense fog out there. Slowly but surely, you can see that some areas are holding on to at least 5 miles of visibility, down to 7. You get farther down to the Southbury to Sheen, of course, you're looking at 5, and also over by Decorah, you're looking at 4 miles of visibility. They had a lot of moisture over the last, say, 12 hours or so. Take a look at what's going on. We've got partly cloudy skies expected today to some sunshine, gusty winds. We'll see those winds up to at least 23 miles per hour in some cases. Also cooler conditions, as Alexandra was just saying. As we finish out the week, it's going to be looking really nice, and it'll be cooler and quiet. And those are going to be some really nice days. You can see the rainfall that's bugging on out from last night. They're still continuing on. This is over the last 2 hours, so you still see it moving to the east. That being said, the clearing skies up to the north will also pick up those skies clearing out as we go through the day down to the central and southern zones. So everybody's going to be in the sunshine to at least partly cloudy skies. So get out and enjoy it if you can. I'll have more about your weather coming up for you in just a bit.
All right, Art, we'll see you then. Thank you. A United Nations investigation has found 9 employees from its main agency for Palestinian humanitarian relief may have been involved in the October 7th attack. The UN launched its investigation into 19 employees accused by Israel of participating in the attack that left 1,200 people dead. All 9 implicated employees have since been fired. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is accused of allegedly flying on a mega donor's private jet. The trip in question was a 2010 flight to New Zealand from Hawaii, then back a week later with Harlan Crow. The Senate Finance Committee chairman says the Supreme Court justice never reported the flight. Crow has taken Thomas on trips in the past, including on his yacht. Wyden is targeting Crow himself this time, saying the trip may have tax implications if he wrote it off on his return. And speaking of the Supreme Court, it has rejected a lawsuit brought by Missouri's Attorney General to lift the gag order in former President Trump's New York hush money case and delay his sentencing. Missouri's Republican Attorney General Andrew Bailey attempted to file the lawsuit against New York, claiming the gag order violated the First Amendment by preventing voters from hearing Trump speak about the case. New York's Attorney General Letitia James argued allowing Missouri to file the suit would permit a dangerous end run around Trump's court proceedings. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign is expected to officially announce her running mate sometime this morning. It is the vice president's first big move since locking in the Democratic nomination following President Biden's historic decision to drop out of the race. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill reports.
This morning, Vice President Kamala Harris is walking into one of the biggest days of her campaign as the official Democratic presidential nominee. Monday night, Democratic delegates voted to make her the first woman of color to lead a major party ticket. Now Harris and her yet-to-be-named running mate are about to set off on a tour of 7 battleground states, starting in Pennsylvania. Over the weekend, Harris met with key contenders, including Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. People weighed in at the state fair in swing state Wisconsin.
All the individuals that have been listed are great choices. I wish it could be Pete Buttigieg, but this country is not ready for that just yet.
Some think the choice won't impact the outcome in November.
So I think Democrats are going to vote Democratic and Republicans are going to vote Republican no matter who the candidate is. It appears that way with the candidates we have.
In an interview with YouTuber Aiden Ross, former President Donald Trump commented on the potential pick with an attack on Harris.
All of the people that she's looking at are considered much better than her. These were people that were thinking about running. They would have run.
The latest CBS News poll finds Harris and Trump essentially tied across battleground states as well as nationally.
Following the former president's live stream interview, the Harris campaign released a statement saying in part, quote, "While Trump is doing everything he can to drag us backwards, Kamala Harris is fighting for our futures. It's why young voters will send her to the White House this November." Vice President Kamala Harris will have some competition when she speaks in Eau Claire tomorrow. Senator J.D. Vance announcing plans to also make a campaign stop there in the same city on the same day. The Republican vice presidential nominee will speak at manufacturer NMC Woolard at 1 p.m. Details of the Harris event yet to be released. The dueling appearances come with the campaign polls neck and neck. California's Park Fire is now the 4th largest in state history. Currently the largest wildfire in the nation, it's just one of at least 85 major wildfires burning across 11 states. So far, CAL FIRE officials say it's burned nearly 402,000 acres, an area close to the size of Oklahoma City. More than 6,600 firefighters are battling the blaze in what CAL FIRE calls an all-hands-on-deck approach.
Today is a day of execution. We have a plan in place that we're finalizing the development of to finalize this incident and be done with this.
The Park Fire has destroyed nearly 1,300 structures since it started 2.5 weeks ago. A La Crosse man accused of dealing fentanyl is bound over for trial. Last month, Holman police arrested Antoine King for THC possession and bail jumping. When they brought him to county jail, they found he had stuffed almost half a pound of fentanyl in his pants. King's attorney pleaded not guilty on his behalf to all charges, which now includes possession with intent to deliver fentanyl. He is held on a $50,000 cash bond and will be back in court next month. One person is injured after a crash and fire that shut down I-90-94 in Camp Douglas yesterday. Video here shows distant smoke from the crash that happened just before noon and involved a semi. The accident blocked both westbound lanes of I-90 and one lane of I-90 East near the County Road C exit. One unspecified injury was reported. Another inmate has died at the Waupun Correctional Institution. According to the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, the death is being investigated as a suicide. The inmate found yesterday has been identified as 57-year-old Christopher McDonald. He was serving a life sentence for 2 counts of first-degree homicide. McDonald is the 5th inmate to die at the prison since last June. New video released by the Milwaukee County District Attorney shows the moments leading up to the death of a man outside of a hotel late last month. Devontae Mitchell's death was ruled a homicide by the medical examiner last week. Now his family has seen part of the video of the altercation at the hotel that night, and they say they want justice. Jenna Ray has the story.
My son was standing there with his hands up like this.
Horrific video this mother is seeing for the very first time.
They dragging him through the hallway, pulling, kicking, hitting him with brooms. Oh my God, clothes coming off of him, punching him in the face. Oh, that was horrible.
Because of a subpoena filed Friday, parts of the moments leading up to Devontae Mitchell's death were made public. Parts attorneys claim the Hyatt Regency handed over to the district attorney weeks ago.
Is it weird to you guys that we still don't have that piece of video of that initial disturbance?
That's very disturbing. Like, why? I mean, you guys showed us all these other videos, but the most important one, you know, like, where's that video at and why won't they release it?
A question that's been looming for more than 5 weeks now. We still don't have that video, but we do have the video of Mitchell being beat, dragged, and pinned to the ground. We also have the final autopsy results, which ruled his death a homicide, something the DA said they were waiting on before making a decision on charges.
That's what we're waiting for. We got it. So do what you have to do. Do your job. Make this make sense. Do your job. We need conviction. We need arrest.
Is your patience running out?
My patience is running thin.
The ran thin.
Yes.
Mine's have ran thin. Yes, it has.
Do you feel like you guys should have to fight for something like this?
No, we should not.
No charges have been filed in the case. Happening today, Boeing executives set to face questions from the National Transportation Safety Board. The NTSB is holding 2 days of public testimony on January's in-flight door plug blowout. According to the agenda, the board is planning to ask about the lack of documentation that led to the plane being delivered to Alaska Airlines without critical bolts in place. The NTSB says it'll use that information to complete the investigation, determine probable cause, and make recommendations. And beginning today, the 7th Street Boat Launch Facility set to close for military training all week. The 652nd Multi-Role Bridge Company will conduct fast water bridging operations. Community members are welcome to watch from a safe distance, but don't approach the exercise area. Also, don't be alarmed if you see more military aircraft in the sky than usual. Volk Field Combat Readiness Training Center is hosting the annual Northern Lighting exercise from August 7th to the 18th. More than 1,000 personnel and 60 aircraft will participate, so expect increased air traffic across central Wisconsin. Also happening today, the Valley View Mall is expected to reopen. It's been closed since last Thursday after losing power. Management blamed the outage on unspecified maintenance issues, but some business owners who operate inside voiced doubts about whether that was actually true. One person involved with the mall told News 8 the power had actually been shut off because its owner failed to pay. News 8 not able to verify that claim, but reporting by other media outlets shows a pattern of similar incidents at Cohen-owned malls. In those cases, power outages often appeared related to unpaid bills and have lasted for months. The time now is 6:10. Still ahead on your morning news. The average square footage of homes is down. Dolce & Gabbana releases a designer fragrance for dogs. And today only, you can get a free root beer float from A&W. We'll tell you how. The Dow fell more than 1,000 points yesterday. Some investors now worried about a recession. Coming up, why the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago says not to expect an emergency Fed meeting to cut rates. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A Little League Baseball club in Wichita, Kansas has a new Jackie Robinson statue after the original was stolen from a park in late January. It comes days after the man who admitted to stealing the statue was sentenced to 15 years for 3 different cases. The same mold used to create the first statue was used to create this one. The unveiling ceremony included guest speakers from Major League Baseball. As you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the People's House of the U.S., the Capitol building. Stay with us. Your consumer news is after the break.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. You got a bunch of loudmouth, preening politicians. It's absolute chaos. I'm Derek Van Orden, and after 26 years as a Navy SEAL, there's a few things that I learned. You stay on mission, you know what you're fighting for, and sometimes you gotta get a little dirty to finish the job. Let's go, kids. Not you. Not you. You. Let's go. I'm Derek Van Orden. And, I approve this message.
Hello. It was 1990 when I first looked out of the TV and told you about high quality at lower prices. Hi, I'm Miles Wilkins, owner of the Board Store. Some things have changed. Products have gotten so much better. We've gone from 3 to almost 80 employees, and I'm just a little bit older. Some things haven't changed. We still offer high quality at lower prices. Call today for a prompt free estimate on your next home improvement from the Board Store.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's.
Yay!
We love our guests.
Love.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Well, I am really happy to tell you that we have already made a commitment at Gunderson to do that. So we have asked all of our folks that when you need to fly, that you please prioritize flying out of La Crosse. We believe it's really important. It's our duty. We're the largest employer in this community, and I want to make sure that this airport is here for the long run, and we're committed to that. So people are taking that seriously and doing just that.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Fog and low cloud activity starting your early morning. You're going to be seeing that the patchy fog continues on as we go into at least the mid-morning hours to about 8 o'clock, and then kind of tapering off by the time you get into the 9 o'clock hour. Normally it would last a little bit longer, but we have some breezy winds out there right now, and they'll continue to ramp up as we go through the day. They'll get up to at least 22 to 23 miles per hour. Here's your fog, low cloud activity all the way from the north, working down to the central portion and to the south here, and that will maintain itself, as I mentioned. Right now we're in mostly cloudy skies, and we'll decrease those clouds gradually as we go through the day. In fact, you're going to be seeing that clearing out with the fog and low cloud activity getting out of the way, but plus the upper level and lower level winds as well. I should say cloud cover. We'll get into the next few days. Look for quiet and cooler weather for us. It's going to be really nice with temperatures around, say, 78 to a little bit 75 in some cases, and then getting up to as high as about 80 to 81 degrees for the remainder of the week. Take a look at what I've got going on for you. This is the rainfall that we picked up over the last couple of hours. It's still kind of getting out of the way, tracking eastward into Madison and areas by Milwaukee. Rainfall from this early morning going into tomorrow, mostly over here is what we picked up earlier this morning, and that's just a tenth of an inch or less. But this is for Wednesday coming in, but it seems to be kind of petering off before it gets across the Mississippi. All right, that being said, take a look at Sky Tracker as we go through the day. Clearing from the north to the south into the central areas. We'll see that continue on for today. Then we'll get some crosswinds that'll help to add in a few high clouds to finish out into the evening hours, and done we are. It looks pretty nice out there. Current temperatures in the 50s and some 60s widespread. Also, we'll go into the next a few hours here. We're seeing some breezy and gusty winds, as I mentioned, to up to 22 miles per hour. And for La Crosse, you're looking at conditions like this, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Get out and enjoy it if you can.
In your consumer news this morning, in 2023, the median single-family home built was just over 2,200 square feet. That's down 9% from the 2015 peak size. Over that time, many formal dining rooms and bonus rooms disappeared. 17% of home builders said they built homes on smaller lots in 2023 to support home sales and affordability. And in a July earnings call, its chief operating officer said Dr. Horton's average house size was down 2% compared to last year. Dolce & Gabbana releasing a designer fragrance for dogs. It's called Fifi in honor of Domenico Dolce's canine of the same name. The perfume is a, quote, olfactory masterpiece featuring a touch of musk and undertones of sandalwood. A bottle of Fifi costs $109 and comes with a D&G collar with a tag. And today you can cool down and satisfy your sweet tooth with a free root beer float at A&W restaurants nationwide. There's no purchase necessary for the annual promotion. Just show off your float flex, your best muscle flexing pose, that is. Customers are also asked for a suggested donation to the nonprofit Disabled American Veterans. The offer is available between 2 and 8 today, this afternoon, and it'll be served in a frosty glass mug. After hours and international trading show the markets might be bouncing back after the Dow fell more than 1,000 points yesterday. Some investors think the Federal Reserve has kept interest rates too high for too long. They're worried about a recession now. A Fed Bank president is addressing those concerns, as Amy Kiley explains.
Everything is always on the table, whether that's increases, cuts, etc.
The Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago president is trying to reassure investors after recession fears caused days of market chaos. But don't expect an emergency meeting to cut rates. He says it's not the panel's job to pump up the stock market.
The Fed's job is very straightforward. Maximize employment, stabilize prices, and maintain financial stability. If the conditions collectively start coming in that on the through line, there's deterioration on any of those parts, we're going to fix it.
In fact, the whole point of keeping interest rates high is to cool the economy, to bring down inflation.
This is to be expected. This was entirely predictable. Bearing in mind we had 11 increases in interest rates in barely 2 years, a phenomenal amount of tightening. It crushed inflation exactly as it was supposed to. But then, of course, you've got the other side. Eventually, unemployment starts to rise.
That's why Friday's report of a 0.2 percentage point unemployment increase matters. Right now, the GDP indicates a pretty good economy. The Fed is trying to time rate cuts just right to reduce inflation without causing a recession.
Has the Fed left it too late? The consensus is probably yes.
The Fed has another meeting scheduled for about 6 weeks from now. It could cut rates then. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:19. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
Alexandra, I'm excited about our local weather over the next several days here. We're going to see some patchy fog, low cloud activity like we have right now. Then we're going to get into some clearing today. We have some breezy and gusty winds. And for the remainder of the work week and into the weekend, we're looking at quiet and cooler weather. Yeah, not much in the way of rainfall as we get into it here. Current temperature right now, as I already showed you, widespread in the 50s currently. We even bumped out of the 60s now that we had down to the south here. The winds are going to be pretty breezy, as I mentioned. Winds are coming out of the northeast, and they will have those winds continue to press up to 22 miles per hour in some cases, possibly up to 23 in some cases, and then start to taper down once we get deeper into the afternoon, into the early evening hours. Take a look at what's going on. This is Tuesday. This is that rainfall that we were supposed to have picked out. It's getting out of the way. High pressure builds in going into Wednesday, and then you're seeing some rainfall trying to get across the river. Doesn't really seem to. High pressure is like, yeah, you shall not pass, right? So it's going to stick over there for a while. We'll get into today and the rest of the week. We'll see below and near seasonal average temperatures. We'll see temperatures in the low to middle 70s, possibly getting to around 80 degrees in some cases for our highs, to maybe near 81 degrees possibly to finish out the weekend. We go into partly cloudy skies to sunny conditions, gusty today, so we'll see that. And then once we get into the remainder of the week, we're looking at those cooler conditions, as I mentioned, for everybody. It's nice. We're going to clear out the skies gradually today from the north all the way to the central portion down to the south. Get ready for that. You see the temperatures gradually kind of bumping up into the 70s, taking their time. We'll get a few extra high clouds coming out across the Mississippi, and then that'll put some maybe some higher to middle level clouds in there, and that'll keep us into mostly sunny skies to get to mostly clear skies to finish out the night as well tonight. So that's how it all plays out. Getting into the midnight hour or so, we're looking at least mostly clear skies, possibly, so that means more fog in the morning. The zones are showing no rainfall. We're looking at some sunshine for everybody out there. 70s up to the north. We'll see 70s widespread across the region. In fact, you'll pick up some more of those going back up to the north. You're looking at still about 77 degrees. You get into Arcadia, about 77 degrees, down to La Crosse. We're at 78 for our high today. Not bad, right? How about that, though? We'll also be picking up Cornell at 76, Eau Claire at 76 as well. And then once you get into how this all plays out, highs for everybody today, as you can see, from 76 to 78, 75 down to the south to the east. We're mostly middle 70s to upper 70s. And then, of course, Preston looking at about 73. As we go out through the evening, pretty nice conditions out there to get out and enjoy it if you want. You'll see mostly clear skies to finish out the remainder of your overnight, or I should say evening. In fact, you'll be picking up 78 today, 80 tomorrow. Then we'll see temperatures to be fairly comfortable, just around, say, seasonal average or a little bit less as you get into Friday and Saturday. And then the weekend, we bump it up to the mild or so. And then you're going to be seeing conditions to be fairly similar going into Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. The time now is 6:22. Still ahead, the CDC reporting COVID emergency department visits are on the rise. Coming up in your morning medical news, we'll have everything you need to know about the latest variant and when you can expect the new vaccine to roll out.
Coming up in the Blitz, season's on the line in Legion action, plus the Loggers back home taking on Waterloo. We've got the highlights after this.
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. During the Labor Day sale, discover statement pieces starting at $499.99. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. No minimum purchase required. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Our country has taken a beating the last few years, but I know we can turn it around. It'll take a lot of hard work like these athletes put in. We need to get serious about our spending that has caused prices to skyrocket. We need to fix our healthcare and address the shortage of affordable housing. Also, we must close our border, stop the flow of fentanyl, and put Americans first. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Let's get America winning gold again.
Did you realize 90% of roofs are replaced before they need to be? With roof costs doubling in the past 5 years, there is a better solution. What if I told you there's a way to extend the life of your roof while also providing extra protection against hail, UV rays, high winds, water, and granule loss? Go Nano is a roof treatment that uses nanotechnology to extend the life of your roof 5 to 15 additional years and is 80 to 90% less expensive than replacing your roof. Contact Clear Choice today for your free roof evaluation or to learn more.
Arby's is full of choices. Quick, you can get your favorite stuff. 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value for limited time. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. Only at Ashley.
Trust the First Horn Weather Team to keep you safe, and even better, you can take us with you. Expect more with hourly temps and conditions, video forecast, interactive radar, and your choice of notifications. We're there when you need us.
Celebrating 70 years, we're News 8 Now.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, after a loss to Seymour in extra innings, Onalaska needed to win out to be crowned state champions of Class 2A. Medford standing in the way of the boys from Onalaska. Both teams needing a victory to keep their season alive. Pick this one up, top two, man on third for Blake Bargender. And he gets one past the Anna third baseman. Post 147 jumps in front. Same inning, it's Max Dietzman delivering as he rips one that rolls into right field. Visitors double their lead, jump out to the bottom of the fourth. Now Caden Kokeisel gets a hold of one, lifting it out to the alley in left center field. He's trying to fire his guys up out there at second base, and it must have worked because bases loaded. Brody Mitchell does his job, bringing in the run on the fielder's choice. And then coming up with 2 outs, a big at bat for Hunter Morse, and it's a bigger base knock to even up this game. Both pitchers did a nice job of limiting their opponent's chances, but Caden Pierzina gets a little help in the 6th here. Man on first, and Carson Carbaugh pops one up, and the wind is knocking it down, but there's no need to fear because Carter Gilhausen is here. So we go to the 7th now. Bases loaded for Tanner Hrabe. He draws the walk, and that would be the difference. Post 336 gets a runner to second in the bottom half, but cannot score, and their season comes to a close. How about some Loggers highlights? La Crosse hosting Waterloo. Bottom one, Loggers down by 1, and on the pitch, the ball is going to get away from the catcher. Put my camera down thinking, no way, RJ Hamilton tries it, but he does and slides home safely. But in the second, Waterloo strikes back. Daniel Bentivegna sends a single to center, but Hamilton takes his eye off the ball, trying to gather it on the run, and the ball gets away. Caden LeBruyere motors at home to make the lead go towards Waterloo, but not much later, Landon Williams ties things back up with one swing of the bat. A big fly to left barely clears the wall. First home run of the summer for Williams. We saw some shaky defense earlier for La Crosse, but coming up here is Ryan Kucherak gathering, stepping on the bag, and throwing to first for a double play. This game had everything: a home run, errors, rabbit on the field, and the first ever baby race. Big comeback there by Tan Shorts to get the win. Loggers pick up the W as well, 5-2. And today marks the first day of practice for 11-man high school football in the Badger State. We'll bring you sights and sounds from numerous teams in the area over the next couple of weeks before the games begin. First official day of games is Thursday, August 22nd, but the bulk will be Friday the 23rd. Only 17 days from the frenzy. Who's counting? That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
At By God from Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. By God from Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rate.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
A lot has changed since the Overhead Door Company installed its first door in 1921. One thing that hasn't? Our commitment to quality. We set the standard a century ago with the first motorized garage door, and we have not stopped innovating since. Today, you can build your dream door with the DoorView app, and with the OHD Anywhere app, you can control your new door from anywhere. So next time you need a repair or replacement for your garage door, look for the red ribbon and trust 100 years of experience Overhead Door Company.
At Ultra Federal Credit Union, we have a fair number of employees that travel quite a bit. Our employees' time is probably our most valuable asset at the credit union. Respecting their time is important, so convenience, getting in and out, ease of travel is probably our #1 priority, followed by the economics of it. We look at the La Crosse Regional Airport as being very convenient. You do not have the mileage expense, the parking expense, the additional hotel expense, the overnight travel, so that's why we consider coming out of here.
The Pro Pulling League is coming back to the Hillsboro Fireman's Park again August 9th and 10th. It's time for the annual tradition known as the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull. 8 great PPL classes are competing over 3 sessions, including Pro Stock tractors, Super Modified tractors, mini rods, and more. Friday starts at 7 p.m. and Saturday has 2 sessions, noon and 6 p.m. Camping's available and tickets are just $25. Kids are free. Don't miss it.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
Celebrating 70 years, we're News 8 Now. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, 80 Republican and Democratic U.S. lawmakers are requesting the FDA and President Biden support MDMA for post-traumatic stress disorder. The FDA is set to issue its decision this week on treatment of PTSD with MDMA, commonly known as ecstasy. Letters sent by lawmakers requested the agency consider conducting further studies on MDMA therapies, hoping it could help provide relief to the millions of people with PTSD, amid a dramatic rise in veteran suicides. A new study is finding an apple a day may really keep the doctor away. Researchers took more than 150 people with high blood pressure who were at risk for kidney disease, divided them into 3 groups. One had 2 to 4 cups of fruits and veggies added to their daily diet. Another had 2 doses of baking soda, and one had regular medical care. Researchers found after 5 years, both the diet higher in plants and the one with baking soda promoted kidney health, but the fruits and vegetables diet improved heart health as well. COVID-19 cases back on the rise in the U.S. Emergency department visits linked to the virus have been increasing for weeks, according to the CDC, and the most recent data shows the level of COVID-19 in wastewater across the country is high. Mandy Gaylor has more on the latest variant that's spreading and when the updated COVID-19 vaccine is expected to be out.
Right now, it's the most common COVID-19 variant in the U.S. KP.3, a descendant of the Omicron variant, is spreading across the country. And if it's been a while since you've been vaccinated, you may be vulnerable.
Immunity, we're learning, lasts around 4 to 6 months. So keep that number in the back of your mind. That is probably the reason that we're seeing a summer surge as the protection wears off from the last set of shots.
The 2024-25 COVID-19 vaccines, expected to be out this fall, will target the JN1 strain. Because it too is in the Omicron family, experts expect it to provide protection against strains currently circulating. The CDC recommends everyone ages 6 months and older receive an updated vaccine to protect against getting severely sick from COVID-19, especially those who are most vulnerable, including those who are immunocompromised, have underlying health conditions, certain disabilities, and seniors.
Also, there's been a lot of discussion recently about a combination shot, COVID and flu. Maybe you've heard about this. It would be COVID and flu in the same shot. Moderna, the pharma company, had some positive trial results with that combination earlier this summer, but we're learning it's not going to be ready for this fall.
The CDC says it is safe to receive the COVID-19 and flu vaccines at the same time. Experts recommend you get both before the end of October.
The CDC says as of mid-May, less than 23% of U.S. adults reported having received an updated COVID vaccine for the previous season, and less than 15% of children were reported to be up to date with their COVID vaccination. Today marks 79 years since the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, a somber anniversary for the first and only country to ever be hit by an atomic bomb on a day that led to the deaths of some 200,000 people. 3 days after bombing Hiroshima, the U.S. dropped a second atomic bomb on the city of Nagasaki, a devastating attack that forced Japan's unconditional surrender. A ceremony to remember the victims is set to be held at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park today. The La Crosse Public Works and Infrastructure Committee has approved 36 new ATV routes and passed an ordinance to streamline future route additions. On these approved routes, ATVs must follow standard traffic rules. They're prohibited from operating on county property unless explicitly authorized by posted notices or county permits. The Owl Center in Houston marking International Owl Awareness Day with an open house, offering a unique opportunity for the public to learn about these majestic creatures. The event aimed to educate people about owl species and promote conservation efforts. Visitors learned how to protect owls from becoming endangered. Attendees are also encouraged to bring non-perishable food donations for the Houston Community Food Shelf.
Our goal is to give people tools for things they can do in their life to make an impact and make the world safer for owls.
The Owl Center also organized owl-themed events around town, like garage sales and special owl-inspired food and drinks. When the state of Iowa opted out of a federal summer food assistance program, one local hospital decided to take matters into its own hands. Ophelie Jacobson shows us how the hospital is keeping kids fed this summer.
Bag by bag. Okay. Story County Medical Center is making sure no kid goes hungry this summer.
We got 8.
A team of dedicated volunteers is getting food ready for 69 kids.
We figured out how to do it, and we're doing it.
These are all for milk. The medical center says they started the program after the state decided in December to opt out of a federal summer food assistance program. CEO Nate Thompson says they're the first hospital in the state to do something like this.
We focus on the great care that happens inside our facilities, but we also need to pay attention to what's happening around us in the community.
Once all of the coolers are filled, they're off to their next destination. The meals are loaded up into this van every Tuesday and Friday, and then they're taken to 3 different stops across the county.
Set it up over here.
The van first stops at a mobile home park before heading to Collins Maxwell Middle High School. The program is focused on meeting the needs of kids in the school district.
Collins Maxwell School District is above 50% free and reduced lunch rate.
Family after family lines up to have their bags filled with breakfast and lunch for their kids to last through Tuesday. Many will be back then to get meals for the rest of the week. They served twice as many meals in July as they did in June.
The program just keeps growing. Every week we get more people signed up, so that's wonderful.
The last stop of the day is the elementary school, where Deanna Davis picks up food for her grandson and his babysitter.
My grandson's 20 months old, and there's even stuff in there that he likes.
The 5th grade teacher started picking up meals in June. She says it's been a lifesaver for her family.
My daughter is a single mom, and it's just been kind of a helpful thing for her because she's trying to do it on her own.
As a new meal site, the hospital received $39,000 from the state for the program.
Our supplemental grant that we received is for 3 years.
They hope that money will help them serve kids for many summers to come, one bag at a time.
All right.
Time now is 6:38. Here is News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect on our Tuesday morning commute.
All right, you got to love teachers, right? Hey, in fact, some of those that are moving out right now for your morning commute, you're looking at some patchy fog getting down closer to Decorah, as well as areas by Boscobel. And of course, up into areas by La Crosse, you've got the River Valley fog there. And then moving up to Ladysmith, you're picking up some fog there as well. So please take it slow and take your time. We have the gradual clearing of skies. We are we're mostly cloudy skies now. And eventually Central will open up to partly cloudy, possibly into sunny conditions as well. Gusty conditions will ensue this afternoon, up to 23 miles per hour, and then pleasantly cooler as we finish out the remainder of the work week here. Not much in the way of rainfall, not much in the way of warmer temperatures either. We're going to be seeing just below around 80 degrees or so in some cases. You're looking at the rainfall that's still kind of bugging out there. The last of it from last night is still holding on to Madison and Beaver Dam, getting out of the way to the east. That being said, we take a look at the rainfall that we picked up this morning. Not much there, right? But we're also seeing more trying to come back across the Mississippi going into Wednesday, but it's not much as you can see. We'll clear out the skies as we go through the day from the north all the way down to the central portion and down to the south. You see temperatures today looking pretty nice. We should get around, say, 78 degrees for our highs today. And that's a look at your forecast. I'll have more about this coming up for you in just a bit. All right, coming up in our Buzz Report, secretive street artist Banksy has released a new piece of work in southwest London. More on Banksy and the new artwork on display when we return. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. It's a free ride. But I already paid.
You'll soon vote on two misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. Our legislature is ruled by bickering and gridlock. 6 months without passing a bill. Millions lost from their failures. So don't give them the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's.
Yay! We love our guests.
Love.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Transform your home's exterior with our new award-winning collection of steel roofing products at River Valley Remodelers. Our new products offer timeless and traditional shingle appeal with long-lasting durability for our Midwest weather. If you're seeking style and protection for your home, give us a call today or scan the QR code below for a free consult design, and we'll get you exactly what you're looking for. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home, build our community.
The history of Pleasing is a history of taste. After World War II, my grandfather, Frank Italiano, spent time in China and acquired a gourmet taste which became his passion. He developed a seasoning and shared it with his friends. In 1952, Pleasing was created. That first seasoning has grown to 40 different blends. This history of taste continues with both the second and the third generations as we explore people's changing tastes. Stop by the Pleasing Outlet store on Ward Avenue and taste the history.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rates.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? Oh, I love this song so much. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
All right, taking a look outside here, we have mostly cloudy skies out there currently, and we'll gradually decrease these clouds as we go through the morning hours and into your early afternoon. We're looking at partly cloudy skies, possibly becoming mostly sunny skies for the remainder of the day. There is some patchy fog out there in the distance there in the river valleys. Current temperatures widespread in the 50s. You can see Winona at 57, La Crosse is 59. Getting down to areas by Prairie du Chien, you're looking at 58 degrees, and then Sparta about 56, and Vogue Field just about 57. Hey, take a look. There's that that rainfall is still getting out of the way here, still kind of trailing down to the east and southeast. In fact, you're going to be seeing the possibility of maybe a sprinkle across the area. That's what we picked up earlier this morning, and we have some breezy and gusty winds that are going to push that sprinkle around the area as well. You're looking at these winds slowly but surely picking up as we go into the afternoon, and you're going to see them get up to at least 23 miles per hour in some cases, possibly tapering down eventually once we get into the evening hours. That being said, we also have that moisture that I just showed you is getting out of the way. Low pressure is kind of taking it with it. Then high pressure builds back in for Wednesday, and that means we'll see temperatures possibly bumping up a couple of degrees more. And in fact, as that happens, then you see a little bit of rainfall trying to make its way back across the Mississippi. You see most of it doesn't really make it all the way across. A lot of the bulk of that starts to break down. Partly cloudy skies, possibly with sunny skies today. We'll also see maybe some breezy and gusty winds, as I've mentioned, but we're going to also take it into the remainder of the week, and we'll see pleasant conditions with cooler and quiet weather out there. In fact, we'll see temperatures to be below to near seasonal average, and that's going to be very nice for everybody. As we finish out the morning hours, you'll see clearing skies coming in, those winds coming out of the northeast, slowly but surely clearing us out down into the central zone, and then eventually the southern zone, picking up some more clouds coming out of the west, and that's going to usher in the possibility of creating some more mostly clear skies going into the evening hours as the sun goes down. And then once you get into the evening, you've got 70s turning into the 60s, and then possibly some 50s working into the overnight hours, as you can see by midnight. Take a look here at your zones here. We'll pick up temperatures. Everybody's in the sunshine today, as you can see, holding on pretty nice for everybody. Then eventually, once we go into it, how it will play out for a lot of folks, Trimpaloo about 77 degrees, Winona at 76 degrees, La Crosse at 78. We take it back up to Eau Claire at 76 degrees and Ladysmith at 76. Highs around for everybody, widespread 70s. Get out and enjoy it if you can, although it will be breezy. The evening, we'll see the winds taper down for you, as you can see, and eventually, once you get into the next 8 days, away we go. 78 degrees, bumping it up a couple of degrees more as high pressure builds back in. That sticks with us all the way into Thursday. Mild conditions with cooler conditions leaning into your Friday and into your weekend. Get out and enjoy it. Have a great day.
In our morning buzz report, secretive street artist Banksy has released a new piece of work. This image of a goat on a ledge with falling rocks turned up on the side of a building in southwest London yesterday. Banksy's Instagram confirming it is his work. The image had no caption, leaving viewers to speculate its meaning as always. Zac Efron is assuring his fans he's okay after reports he was briefly hospitalized in Spain. A representative for the star says it was a precaution after a minor swimming incident at a hotel pool. Efron posted on Instagram he's happy and healthy.
A lot of these companies, they don't understand the hard work and labor that goes into the voice acting, the face acting, the body capture, all of the likenesses that they use to sell these video games. It's us.
Video game performers are on strike, protesting against the unregulated use of artificial intelligence in their industry. The video game actors are represented by SAG-AFTRA. Their strike follows 18 months of failed negotiations.
News spreads through the realm.
If the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon on Sunday left you wanting more, you're in luck. The show's co-creator says season 3 will go into production early next year, and the HBO series will likely end with season 4. We didn't miss too much from that finale, I heard.
No, I think not. No, I don't even remember, to tell you the truth.
Right, and our list is growing too long of things to watch, so that's fine, right?
Yeah, I think there was a dragon in it, though.
I think so, yeah. I think that is what they say. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
Hey, Adelina is turning 8 months old. She loves to smile and spend time with her family.
And Kenji is turning 8 years old. He loves playing basketball and baseball.
How about Bernice? She's turning 88 years old today. She loves to quilt and cook in the kitchen.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
The time now is 6:47. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your morning news now is on the other side of the break.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi joins us here at the table to discuss her life in politics and, of course, the upcoming presidential election. Also, do recent losses on Wall Street have you questioning your own personal finances? A lot of people saying, yep, they are. Jill Schlesinger will tell us what's happening and if you should be concerned. An award-winning author and poet, that's Rachel Eliza Griffiths, will also be here. Talk about her debut novel that critics have called heart-stopping. We'll see you 7 o'clock straight up.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Our country has taken a beating the last few years, but I know we can turn it around. It'll take a lot of hard work like these athletes put in. We need to get serious about our spending that has caused prices to skyrocket. We need to fix our health care and address the shortage of affordable housing. Also, we must close our border, stop the flow of fentanyl, and put Americans first. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Let's get America winning gold again.
Are you in need of a new water heater? Here at Maxwell White, we offer the best solutions for homeowners in La Crosse and the surrounding areas. Being the best means installing the best. Our American-made Bradford White water heaters can revolutionize your home and give you the home comfort you've always wanted. Contact Maxwell White today to find out how a professionally installed Bradford White water heater is right for your home. Our expert technicians will answer all of your questions and find the best possible solution for you. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
Consistent, reliable, just what you need. That first cup of coffee or News 8 Now this morning. Why not both? We'll see you tomorrow morning.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for your morning news now. A La Crosse man accused of dealing fentanyl is bound over for trial. Last month, Holman police arrested Antoine King for THC possession and bail jumping. When they brought him to jail, they found he had stuffed almost half a pound of fentanyl in his pants. King's attorney pleaded not guilty on his behalf to all charges, which now includes possession with intent to deliver fentanyl. He's held on a $50,000 cash bond and will be back in court next month. Another inmate has died at the Waupun Correctional Institution. According to the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, the death is being investigated as a suicide. The inmate, found yesterday morning, has been identified as 57-year-old Christopher McDonald. He was serving a life sentence for 2 counts of first-degree homicide. McDonald is the 5th inmate to die at the prison since just last June. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to formally announce her running mate today. The newly minted ticket will set off on a 7-state battleground tour beginning in Pennsylvania this afternoon. Former President Donald Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, is also slated to appear at a campaign event Tuesday in South Philadelphia. Happening tomorrow, Harris and Vance will speak in Eau Claire. The Republican vice presidential nominee set to speak at manufacturer NMC Woolard at 1 p.m. Details for Harris's event haven't been released yet. Dueling appearances come as new CBS polling puts Harris's campaign up by 1 point compared to Trump and puts them neck and neck in key battleground states. The 7th Street boat launch facility will close for military training all week, starting today. The 652nd Multi-Role Bridge Company will conduct fast water bridging operations. Community members are welcome to watch from a safe distance, but you're asked not to approach the exercise area. Also, don't be alarmed if you see more military aircraft in the sky than usual. Volk Field Combat Readiness Training Center is hosting the annual Northern Lighting exercise. From August 7th, that's tomorrow, till the 18th, more than 1,000 personnel and 60 aircraft will participate, so expect increased air traffic across central Wisconsin. The Valley View Mall is set to reopen today at 2 p.m. after being closed since last Thursday due to a power outage. Management cited maintenance issues, but some business owners questioned that explanation. One source claimed the power was cut due to unpaid bills, but we could not verify that. Reports show similar incidents at other malls owned by the same company, with power outages often linked to unpaid bills and lasting for months. The La Crosse Public Works and Infrastructure Committee has approved 36 new ATV routes and passed an ordinance to streamline future route additions. On these approved routes, ATVs must follow standard traffic rules. They're prohibited from operating on county property unless explicitly authorized by posted notice or county permits. The Owl Center in Houston marking International Owl Awareness Day with an open house. The event aimed to educate people about owl species and promote conservation efforts. Visitors learned how to protect owls from becoming endangered. Attendees were encouraged to bring non-perishable food donations.
Our goal is to give people tools for things they can do in their life to make an impact and make the world safer for owls.
The Owl Center also organized owl-themed events.
All right, if you're heading on out today, it will be really nice. It'll be cooler, it'll be breezy, and folks that are cleaning up after all that wind from last night, please be careful because gusty winds are going to be pushing through the area. You'll see them getting up to 23 miles per hour, plus in some cases possibly up to 26 miles per hour. This evening looks to be nice as well. You'll get into the 70s and some 60s, cooling it off with some mostly clear skies. Then tomorrow, high pressure builds in and a little bit warmer for you. Get out and enjoy it if you can. We're looking at 78 today, 80 tomorrow, and 80 sticks around to Thursday. Cooler going into your weekend.
All right, Art, thank you. Well, scientists have come up with a plan they say can safeguard Earth species by essentially putting samples of biological material into a deep freeze on the moon. The Lunar Cryogenic Biorepository would preserve species in the event of a disaster on Earth by making use of some of the moon's craters that are permanently in shadow. Those craters are cold enough to allow cryogenic preservation without electricity or liquid nitrogen. The idea came from research from a group led by scientists at the Smithsonian. The plan would be to start with preserving the most at-risk species first, but the long-term goal would be to cryopreserve most of Earth's species. I think Austin Powers did that, right? When he was frozen.
He did, didn't he?
Something similar, I think. That's what I thought of, at least. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We'll see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Tuesday.